Italy came so close to a famous win against the defending Grand Slam champions. My name's Mark. Let's talk rugby. Italy started the game as they continued for most of it, looking to attack, run the ball, looking for space out wide. Capuozzo misses the ball. France pounced the counter. The looks like it's going to be a try, but Pernod drops the ball. Bernie then, he gets charged down by Flamand. He collects it and goes under the post. It was a really silly error that they made. Varney, he'd no pillars at all there, and it was just an easy kind of charge down there. Thinking at this stage, it's 7-0 now. Could be a long afternoon for Italy if it continues like this. Then Italy get pinged at the breakdown. They allow France to go up the line. France now, they're applying more pressure. Wilmsado, he has a second movement, conceded penalty, and Italy can relieve a little bit. Gelange then, he's off feet, he concedes another penalty. Italy, they hold the ball well, and then Antonio, he gets penalised. No clear release from him when he's gone after the ball. Italy decide, let's get ourselves on the board. Allen strokes it over, and we're at 7-3. Again, Italy to try to run the ball out from their own line from the restart. They almost give it to France to score, but the ball kind of comes back to them. Then Bruno has it. He does a run, tries to kick, messes that up. Olibon manages to snaffle the ball, and he goes and he grounds on the line, but then we have a Timo check, and you see that he actually drops it just before he grounds it. Italy survived that one, but they're definitely living dangerously. France then, they win a scrum penalty. Fischetti, not driving straight, keeps up the pressure. France, Fischetti though, for most of the game, he was excellent for Italy. France go into the corner. Italy though do well to halt them all. France spread the ball to the right, and then there's a kick in behind from Fiku. Capuozzo and Pernod both going up for the ball, and Capuozzo is so worried about Pernod that he kind of bats the ball forward, and then coming in behind him then is Ramos, who is able to ground the ball. We have another Timo check because Ramos almost loses the ball as he grounds it, but just about hangs on, so it's a try. Conversion is missed from out wide. We're at 12-3 at that stage, and you're thinking like the Grand Slam champions, they're in form. Italy are gifting them easy ins and tries as well. Again, from the restart, Italy trying to run it out. They get charged down again, this time by Dupont. And the referee originally says that it's a 5-meter scrum to France because Italy carried it back over the line. But, he checks and eventually gives a dropout to them instead. And at this stage, Italy, they're not really looking after the ball at the breakdown. France are getting in there. They've been able to nick it. They do it again. Ntamack, pinpoint kick from him to Dumortier to go in and score on debut. Just, lovely kick. Gathers it, doesn't have to break stride for it, and then he's just in behind the post. Ramos converts that one, and we're at 19-16 to France. And it looks like, only a matter of time before they're going to get that bonus point try, and then maybe pull away later on. Italy kind of beating themselves at this stage of the game, but then get themselves in a good position to have an attacking line out. They get some good go forward ball as well. Rex tries a crossfield kick, but it goes completely out of the full. But we were playing penalty advantage, so we come back. They decide to go for the corner. Lamoureux claims the line out. They set up the maul. France collapse it. Italy then go to the short side, and Capozzo goes in to score in the corner. He did well because Odrit was there trying to force him into touch, but he manages to ground on the line. And it really was a brave decision from Italy to go to the corner at that stage, but it paid off. Conversion is missed, but now 1911, and Italy are looking like they're kind of more in the game at this stage now, more of a threat. Then, though, we have more, poor play from Italy. Their kicking wasn't great, and a poor kick allows France to peg them back into their own 22. Basically, like they just kicked up, they had no chase, and then France just pinged it back over them into the space where the player who kicked it left. Italy then, they have a line out, they make a mess of it, and they almost put France in again, but France were actually jumping across in the line out, so now Italy can go up the line themselves. They go short to Canone at the front of the line out, and they're in a decent position. They truck it up to within a few meters, like lots of really good carries, the likes of Negri to the fore there. Then France kind of forced them back out to about 50 meters out from the line. They are keeping hold of the ball, though, but they're not really making much ground. France don't fringe again, give a penalty away right in front of the post. Allen makes it 1914, and that's how we go in at half time. 5-point game, and France really haven't created all that much. It's just Italy have given them a lot of their kind of access in the half, but still, Italy did so well to just claw their way back there. It was a crazy first half from Italy, but somehow they're only 5 points down. And at halftime, I'm thinking France in the second half, they just have to wait for Italy to give them another opportunity in the second half to get that bonus point try, and then maybe they're going to be able to pull away. But you can see that there's some grit and determination in this Italy team, even at this stage, and it's kind of a reminder of the way Benetton have been, especially this season, where previously you would think with Benetton or with this Italian team that if a team can get a little bit ahead of them, like at 19-6, previous Italy sides would have maybe heads go down and you can start pulling away from them. But these guys are, made of sterner stuff, and they're able to, hang on in there and fight their way back. So into the second half then, towards the start of the second half, Italy, they're offside. There's a penalty to France. But then Italy do really well to, deny them any real progress. Like, that defence is holding strong. So we have to come back then for the penalty. Ramos splits the posts with that, stretches it out to 22-14. We then have a decent period of possession from Italy. You can see that they're beginning to stretch the defence a little now. Olivon puts in a high tackle on Bruno. Italy decide to go into the corner from that. They maul within like a metre of the line. France collapse it illegally. It's a penalty try. Yellow card for Olivon. And we're at 22-21. Single point game. And, Italy really starting to believe, and I'm starting to believe that they can do it too at this stage. Italy, though, they're under pressure from the restart. I felt that France handled the yellow card period, actually probably played some of the best rugby of the match while they're down to 14. France have line out 10 metres out after a poor clearance from Italy, but Italy do manage to pinch the line out and they clear. And, in the line out went really well, both in attack and defence for Italy. France, though, they collect the kick, they come back. Pernod chips it over and chases, and it's another one of these where you think, oh, this is going to be a try, but he knocks on it just as he's trying to gather to score. We have a scrum to Italy, 5-meter scrum to them. They clear and France come back again, but this time Lorenzo Canone, who had another fantastic performance for Italy, he gets over the ball, wins the penalty, allows them to lift the siege, and not only at the breakdown, like he had some great carries as well for them to really bend that line and get them going forward. Italy then, they're offside from the line out, so the relief at this stage is only temporary. Ramos decides to go for the post with the penalty, but he misses that one. Italy can breathe again. Then Nicotera, he wins a penalty at the breakdown. He basically, he did turn it over. Italy tried to play with it, didn't really get anywhere, so we come back for the penalty. They go up the line with that. And then you think, okay, line out goes well. They went kind of like off the top of the line out to try to spread it, but they knocked the ball on. And you're just thinking, if they can just get, everything just to click for a few phases, maybe they're going to break this French defence down and get the score to get themselves ahead. They get themselves another line out in the French half as the French clearance didn't go all that far. But then Barney, he puts a poor kick over the defence, but luckily for them, Flamand was offside. So we come back again. Allen from the tee, he puts Italy ahead 24-22, less than 20 minutes to play. And it really is feeling like, this is going to be Italy's day. It's going to be a win that is talked about for generations to come. And they're looking more composed as well from the restart. Like they're gathering the ball, they're making yards, they're playing a bit more sensibly at this stage. They win themselves a free kick from the scrum. They go quick from that. They attack out wide and they force Pernod into a hurry clearance. And again, they show great ambition by going quick from the line out. They're trying to keep the ball alive and trying to move it. Whereas, Italian teams old at this stage of the game would be looking to slow the game down because the fitness just wouldn't have been there. But those days are long gone now. They want to play fast, but they end up giving away a penalty. France, they go up the line, win another penalty for side entry. Jalabert, he comes on for Entomac at this stage. He kicks the ball into the corner. They make decent ground with the maul, and we're playing plenty penalty advantage, but in the end, they don't need that. Gael Fuku, he makes good ground, and eventually Jalabert goes over to score the bonus point try. It's converted from in front, and it's 29-24. France reclaim the lead. But then, Italy aren't done. Olivon gives away a penalty at the line out. That allows Italy to kick up the line. France do manage to turn it over through Jalanche when Italy tried to move the ball. But Italy come again at them, and they were relentless. Like France were really under pressure at this stage. They concede another penalty. Toi Fafanua tackling off the ball, and Italy decide to go for the post to try. They're thinking, get it back to 2 points. Maybe we'll get another penalty after that, and then we can take the lead. But Allen puts it to the right and wide. France then spot a chance to target the ruck, and they flood men in, try to turn it over, but Italy do well to get it out. They spread it. Then we have an exchange of kicks, And at this stage, France are finding it very hard to, get any kind of territory. Like they're kicking into the Italian half, but the Italians are doing well to bring it back and reapply that pressure. Italy go through the phases, but then MacLeod does manage to get hands on the ball. He wins a penalty for France, and you're thinking, okay, now France can maybe close the game out. But then they mess up the line out, and Italy spread it. Capuozzo is out wide. He kicks it off a French player, line out to Italy around about the halfway line. The Maul makes great progress up the line. They win another penalty there. They spread it, but the move breaks down, so we come back for the penalty. We've got a minute left at this stage, and thinking this is it. This is the moment where they could win it and they could to make themselves legends. Allen kicks the penalty up the line. The line out is just on the 22. Like, one thing I would say is with Allen is that his kicking up the line isn't that great. He often doesn't make that much distance. I think part of it is just a fear of, we've seen in the past kicking the ball dead and really blowing the opportunity. And I think he's just been very careful. Lamro claims the line out. Zuliani, he kind of comes on a set move through the line out. France concede another penalty there. Penalty goes into the corner this time. They're less than 10 meters out. France, they're warned by the referee, no more penalties. And you're thinking, like, this really could be it. Like, if Italy claim this and they're starting to put pressure on, maybe France are going to get a yellow card. And, maybe that's going to be the thing that Italy needs to make that space to score the winning try. France, though, managed to halt them all. They it ruled that Italy take it down. It's unplayable, and that is the end of the game. 29-24 to France. Amazing game of rugby, especially like from Italy, but France played their part as well. Like, there was some really good performances from them. As usual, Dupont was excellent. Entomac, when he was on, really made the most of the chances that they got as well. Fiku, excellent in the centres there too. In terms of Italy, they were so close, and they've shown now that they can compete at this level. They were the ones going for that score at the end. There was no thoughts of France stretching away at all. It was all Italy coming at them, and France just had to soak up that pressure. France didn't really produce much going forward in that second half, but they did enough to secure the bonus point win in the end. So, even though it was such a tight game, they've still got the 5 points out of it, and that's going to be great solace for them. Hopefully now for Italy, this is, it's not just going to be a one-off thing. But I think, judging by the performance of the players today and the performance that most of these players put in the ERC, that it's not going to be that. We're witnessing now that Italy are finally stepping up to a level where they can genuinely compete with anyone in the Six Nations, and you're going to have to be at the top of your game to beat them. Just, I don't think there's going to be too many more of these things where coaches are changing almost the entire squad because it's only Italy. You're going to have to beat Italy properly now in the Six Nations. There's lots of positives from them to build on from here, and hopefully we're going to see some more great performances from them in the future.